Professor Abubakr Imam Ali-Agan betrayed his ignorance of what an idol means. This is what he is quoted as saying in a report, that the people of Ilorin Emirate should remain steadfast in the teachings of Islam and reject every form of idol worship. The people of Ilorin Emirate should be steadfast in the teachings of Islam and reject every form of idol worship. What is an idol? At any rate, it doesn't matter to Professor Ali-Agan that Ilorin Emirate is an imposition through a bloody jihadist war on the indigenous peoples of the so-called Ilorin Emirate. Ilorin was not an emirate. The emirate was imposed on it. Yes, we are coming to what idol means. But before then, we must note that Professor Ali-Agan lent his weight in support of the religious violence against the adherents of African traditional religion, who are the target of his vituperation. He is quoted further. Professor Ali-Agan condemned the planned event by traditional worshippers at Laduba community, calling on the authorities to intervene and stop the program. Religious intolerance by a professor. At any rate, getting university degrees is done in many ways. Some pay for it, some buy their certificates, some use influence. Otherwise, anyway, he is said to be an Islamic scholar. An Islamic scholar may not be an academic university scholar. So I think here he is not talking as an academic scholar, but is talking as an Islamic scholar. But let us go back to what is an idol. An idol means what you adore. Your idol is what you adore. And what is idolatry? Idolatry means veneration of idols. That's idolatry, veneration of idols. But we must not forget, what is an idol? An idol is what you adore. And so, there is hardly any human being without idol or idols, with particular reference to religion. There is no religion without idols, unless they don't have what they adore. And so, God Almighty is the supreme idol, worldwide, globally. And when we talk in that sense, you want to know what are Muslim idols. I believe that they adore the Almighty Allah. They adore the Quran. They adore Prophet Muhammad. They adore the Kaaba. They adore their tasbih even. When some people hold their tasbih, you think they hold magic, the magic of their life. You know, to mention, I hope I've mentioned the Ramadan. They adore the Ramadan. Oh my God. They welcome him. Ramadan, you are welcome. Ramadan, you are great. Ramadan, nothing is like as powerful as you. They adore the Ramadan. Or Al-Quran Kareem. And Prophet Muhammad, I hope after mentioning the Almighty Allah, I think I should not forget Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Kaaba. Because they even pray for you. They often pray using the grace of the Kaaba. They use the grace of the Quran to pray. They use all the grace of Prophet Muhammad to pray. You know. So idols like that they adore. And forget that they don't bend down and offer sacrifice to them. But whenever they offer sacrifice, they offer it in the name of Islam and everything attached to Islam. You see it? Oh my God. And apply that to Christianity or any other religion and what they adore. You see it? An idol is what you adore. No doubt about that. Human beings have idols. What they adore. Sometimes it's their wife. Sometimes it's their parents. Sometimes it's their money. Whatever. Professor Ali-Agan, to conclude, demonstrates that there are professors of religious studies who cannot distinguish between religious bigotry and academic scholarship. But I've said it. Ali-Agan is introduced as an Islamic scholar. And as an Islamic scholar needs not be a university scholar. Because in the university system, we don't speak with emotion and sentiment. You know, we use rationalization. And that means critical thinking. And we also do comparative religion. But missionary religions, call it Christianity or Islam, they are always out to demonize other religions to promote themselves. Hence, Bolaji Idowu, for instance, says African monotheism is diffuse monotheism or implicit monotheism, even after admitting that they submit everything to the Supreme Being as the one ultimate. Even after acknowledging that, must look for a way of demonizing African traditional religion to promote its Christianity, and as a corollary, other Abrahamic religions. Because when you have this demonization of other people as worshippers of gods, or what Professor Soyinka is calling deities, and I've been asking Soyinka to tell me the meaning of deity, the Yoruba word for deities or gods. Yes. What is the Yoruba word or expression for gods or deities? Of all people, the Nobel laureate himself. So, that is what it is. Western education. When people say professor, a doctor, there are many ways to getting these degrees. Influence, use of money, buying certificate, forging certificate, even in the university system, influence can be used to attain any degree you want to that doesn't mean sound education, and so, but when somebody is said to be in the department of something in the university system, you expect scholarship. But we are here talking of an Islamic scholar. So I tell students, your pastors and your imams, you should not always expect academic scholarship from them, but pastoral scholarship. What we call apologetic theology. Theology for defending the teachings of religion, of one religion or another, which is what Professor Ali-Agan has demonstrated. Professor title.